Xerox is cutting 15% of its workforce. Once a well-known company throughout the 20th century, a massive company, now is cutting 1 in 6 employees. 1 in 6. And this is not, and I've talked about this many times on here. This is the liquidity executive summary liquidity email. I believe they get a ton of subscribers. The big email list was kind of like your Wall Street, prepper executive summary of the day of kind of what's going on Wall Street, a lot of just the big indicators, talking about the things we talk about, right? Bitcoin, oil, 10-year treasury, stuff like that, and kind of what's going on in the economy. A really good email just to kind of get a really quick overlay of what's going on in the American economy and globally as well. This has been a common theme through almost the last 18 months. And you can go back to any of our videos, our blogs, many of the write-ups we've had. This has been commonplace. How about this? U.S. bankruptcies surged 18% in 2023 and seen rising again in 2024. These are all articles that they have the headline roundup where they have about 10 to 20 little headlines. And you can go see the article. And this Xerox cutting the workforce, this is like the end of the line almost. There's been so many job cuts. I can't tell you how many times I've seen headlines in here with job cuts going on. Now, I've also seen many people talking about the metrics and how things are so good and labor demand's awesome. And, it's like, yeah, if you've cut half the workforce, then of course the labor demand is going to be great. There's going to be a lot of people wanting work, and there's going to be a lot of businesses, quite honestly, needing workers at some point. So it's kind of relative in a way. At the same time, though, you can't, where are these people going? And what are they doing? And how are they getting their sustenance? How are they getting paid? How are they living from day to day? It makes you think that they must be running up massive credit card bills. They must be living off government assistance. You name it. There's a massive trove of people that are not sustaining their own livelihood anymore. And it's very frightening. Where does this go? Where does this end up? This is why we talk about the deficits just crossing to 34 trillion now, seemingly every month or two, just crossing a new number. It's going to be 50 trillion soon. That's going to be 100 trillion. The inflation is going to be through the roof as time goes forward. And you're going to have rates going all over the place. It's going to be messy. And this is where no one knows what's going on. I mean, people come to the Greg Manarinos, the Gerald Celentes, the Robert Kiyosaki's, the Greg Fosses, the Dr. Jeff Rosses, and people all over the spectrum, right? They go to the Paul Krugmans of the world, even these legacy guys. No one knows what's going to happen. That's the thing. No one knows. No one's been able to predict anything. And even if you predict it one time, good luck predicting a second time or a fifth time or 10th time. You can get lucky once in a while. But this is why I have been such a big advocate and why we talk about this constantly all the time. Get yourself out of the market as much as you possibly can. And protect yourself. The more independent and more resilient you can become, the less all of these things affect you. If you can start gardening, if you can start hunting, if you can get a water source and collecting maybe some food storage, some water, guns, firearms, ammunition, energy sources, get your cash, your wealth, your time and energy stored up in cash, get it outside the system, get some on hand, some actual cash on hand, and then put the rest, whatever you can, into Bitcoin, gold and silver, stuff like that. I've been talking about this for years because we don't know what's going to happen. No one knows. Could things be fine for the next 5 years? It could be. And then could they fall off the cliff and we have a Great Depression times 10 after that? Yeah, it could. Could it happen next year? Yes. Could it happen this year? Yes. Could it happen 20 years from now? Yes. Your guess is as good as mine at this point. All we can do is look at all this data, look at all the things going on, look at all the craziness going on in the world everywhere, and say, what are we supposed to do? This is the fiat system run amok. When you can't figure out, you can't discern what's actually going to happen. We have a world where you have people coming on saying we're going to have black swan events. You got the WEF preparing for cyber attacks and outlining what's going to happen, just like they did pre-2020, and then 2020 happened, so we see what happens there. And same thing happening now. Are we going to have elections? That people saying we're not going to have an election. Maybe we do. What if Trump wins? What if we actually do have an election and none of these things even happen? No black swans. The economy's not shut down. We don't have climate lockdowns. These things are coming at some point. We just don't know when. So we need to get prepared now. This is the time to buy insurance. The time to buy insurance is before the house is burning. What happens if Trump gets in office? Can you imagine how crazy things are going to be when Trump wins, or if he wins, if there is a vote? It's going to be chaos. We already see them, the political opponents trying to take him off the ballot and trying to suppress the vote and literally defend democracy, defend the republic by calling it a democracy and then destroying democracy all at the same time. That's the clown world we're living in. That's the mental illness that's going on right now. And all we can do is remove ourselves, get right with God, mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. Take care of your body, eat healthy, build your community up around you. The number one thing we talk about all the time. Know the people around you, your neighbors, the farmers, the ranchers, the local people, the leaders in your community, the sheriff, the local sheriff there to protect the Constitution. This is a call, guys. This is a reminder which we're going to keep reminding everyone about, to get independent, get resilient, and start taking the action that you know you need to take. This is it. This is the call to action of doing the things that are necessary. When people are resilient and independent, there's 5% of people or 3% or 10% of people who don't need the state at all. Well, when the state's trying to do draconian things, those 5% of people, 3%, 10% can stand up and say, sit down, you work for us. Because it's always the intransigent minority. It's not a majority of people that's going to do that. The 3% fought the Revolutionary War and then got the rest of the population on board as they started winning. But it takes a select few percent of people, the people that are within earshot of this, that are called, that have something deep inside them, their intuition calling them to be those shepherds and the sheepdog, I guess, and shepherd people and protect people and be on the lookout, be on guard. Xerox cutting 15% of its workforce. Literally seen this headline 1,000 times over the last 12 to 18 months. And we have talked about it many times here. The receipts are here. Please go look at all the past videos we've done, the hundreds of videos we've done last year, the 100 blog articles we've written on the Substack, which you can see below. Also, this is what I do full time. This is what we do full time. I have, this that I run. If you feel so obligated to send sats and donate to this so I can keep doing this, and we're helping to build Bitcoin trading cards, please donate. You don't have to. If you feel that we've given value over the last couple of years, please, in the description below, please donate to the wallet there, the email or the lightning address that you can put in there and donate whatever you feel is worthy. And I appreciate your time, your attention, your energy. It's the most important asset that we have. So I don't take that lightly, and we're going to improve this going forward in many ways. I look forward to building on this and building the community that we have, and I want to do that. I know this is my calling, and I know that this is something I will be doing the rest of my life. That's why I left professional sports. That's why I left real estate and the team that I had and the investment opportunities I had and the employees that I had, and said I need to be a different way. My heart is pulling me another way. I know God is calling me to do something else and to educate people and play the biggest game, understand the game of money and the world that is trying to be shaped by really a select few, and collectivism, and then a select few trying to galvanize people through collectivism. It's a scary proposition, but I hope and pray that I am up for the task and that we are up for the task. Community is the biggest thing. It's the number one thing in a survival situation. So I appreciate you. Please share this out. The algorithm hates truth. It's the only way we're going to get these videos out. So it's weird how the videos like this don't trend on TikTok, or they don't trend on YouTube, or they don't trend in your Substack and stuff like that. It's like ridiculousness, and it's clickbait. Mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. There's nothing I can't stand more. There's nothing I can't stand more than that. That's a triple negative or what, but I cannot stand the clickbait nature. I almost submarine my own reach in many things I do, because I literally am vehemently like, I'm posting something and it's like, you like, it's the fiat world. You have to be sucked into this game you're playing that you can't stand, and it's killing you with every sense of you. I don't even like being on social media, for crying out loud. And here I am on all these different platforms because I feel so compelled to speak my truth and what I have seen and witnessed and studied over the last 20 plus years of my life. So I appreciate you. Question everything in boldness, even the existence of God himself. Trust but verify what I'm saying. And this is not financial advice, it's freedom advice. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.